Hello students. So we are studying operational amplifiers. So in our last presentation we have seen various types of amplifiers, then inverting operational amplifiers. So this is the introduction about amplifiers. Then this is the operational amplifier basics we have seen: non-inverting terminal, inverting terminal, output, and this is the internal construction of amplifier we have seen. These are the various types of operational amplifiers. So we have seen first three types. Then we have also seen how to calculate gain. This is inverting operational amplifier. How to calculate gain. Then we have seen integrating operational amplifier. Then third type is summing operational amplifier, which adds the input signals or input voltages. And finally the formula, we have derived the formula. Then next we have seen non-inverting operational amplifier. This is the third type. And next fourth type we are going to see, that is integrating operational amplifier. So this is the construction of integrating operational amplifier. So there is a feedback capacitor is attached here. This is the virtual ground. Then resistor here. Then current is passed to this resistor, and this is the output voltage obtained. Now this is how the construction of integrating operational amplifier is. Now let's have a formula for voltage at output. So current is the rate of movement of charge Q, and since for a capacitor the charge Q is equal to C multiplied by V, where V is voltage across it and C is the capacitance constant that we have seen. So the current through the capacitor I, that can be written as I is equal to dq by dt. So in other terms it is C multiplied by dv by dt, right? So next, here the capacitance is constant, C is constant. The voltage across the capacitor, here the voltage across the capacitor, that is voltage at this branch and voltage at this another branch. That is Vx minus V out. Vx, okay, and another branch V out. That is the voltage difference. So actually Vx, so X is virtual ground. Here you can see X is virtual ground. So Vx is 0. So 0 minus V out. So we will get minus V out since Vx is 0. So replace this value in above equation, equation 1. I is equal to IC is equal to C into minus V out divided by dt, right? But This is also input current through the input resistor. So current through this resistor is same as that of current through this capacitor. So in other terms, it can be written as I is equal to V in divided by R. So our general formula is I is equal to V upon R. I is equal to voltage upon resistance. So it can be written as V in divided by R equal to minus C dV out divided by dt. Getting? So again we are going to rearrange the term. So we will get d of voltage at output equal to minus 1 upon R multiplied by C bracket complete into V in multiplied by dt. So here we have to integrate the above equation, okay, from T1 to T2. So we are going to integrate this equation. So minus 1 upon RC is constant. So we are going to integrate from T1 to T2 V in dt. Okay. So finally, by rearranging the term, V out T2 minus V out T1 equal to minus 1 upon RC integration of T1 to T2 V in by dt. So this is the final equation for integrating operational amplifier for voltage at output. And next type or last type is differentiating operational amplifier. So you can see the construction here. So here there is a feedback resistor is there. In previous one there was a feedback capacitor. So capacitor is replaced here by resistor, and here resistor is replaced by capacitor. That is the difference in case of differentiating operational amplifier. So let's see or let's derive a equation for voltage at output. So from the figure here you can see I in, we can say current through this capacitor is IC, this is X, that is virtual X. IF current through this feedback resistor, that is the feedback resistor RF. This is the voltage at output terminal. So here from the figure IC is equal to C multiplied by D of V in by dt. So we have this, we have seen this. Now current through this resistor IR is equal to minus V out divided by R. This is also we have seen in our previous slide. Okay. So voltage current through this capacitor and current through this resistor, we have derived the values from our previous type of amplifier, integrating type of amplifier. Now the thing is, current through the capacitor is equal to current through this resistor, because same current is flowing through the capacitor and resistor. So we can say that IC is equal to IR, as IX is equal to 0. So again we can replace this value IC and IR. C multiplied by d of Vi V in divided by dt equal to minus V out divided by R. So we can rearrange the term. V out equal to minus RC, then d of V in divided by dt. So that is the equation for voltage at output terminal. Okay, so this was about operational amplifier. So we have seen 5 types of operational amplifier, and we have also derived the equations for voltage at output terminal, that is V out. So we have seen derivation for each type of amplifier. So this complete operational amplifier. Now let's see electronic filters. So in this presentation we are going to see types of various filters, what is filter, then limitations of passive filters, then advantages of active filters, then active low pass filter, active high pass filter, active band pass filter, and active band stop filters. Basically these are the various types. So and we are going to see one by one. Introduction about filters. Electronic filters remove unwanted frequency components from the applied signals and it enhance wanted ones or both. So that is the function of filter. The oldest form of electronic filters are passive analog linear filters constructed using only resistors and capacitors or resistors and inductors. These are known as RC and RL single pole filters respectively. Now the filters made by using resistor and capacitor are RC filters, and filters made by using resistor and inductor, they are called as RL filters. Now there are various types of filter, so we can bifurcate them as active filters and passive filters. So under active filters, depending upon the components used, operational amplifiers, resistors and capacitor. In case of passive filters, components are used as resistors and inductors or capacitors. So these are the various types of filters: low pass filter, high pass filter, then band pass filters and band stop filters. So these are the basic four types of filters that we are going to study. So before starting filters, let us study some basics thing required for filters. Now we have seen that filtering is the process of attenuating unwanted components. Attenuating means removing unwanted components of a measurement while permitting the desired component to pass. Now filter is an electronic circuit which can pass or stop a particular band of frequencies through it. So filters are used to pass or stop particular band of frequencies through it. The filters are first designed by G.A. Campbell and D.Z. Zobel in Bell Laboratory. Now the band of frequencies which will pass through the filter is called as pass band. So now remember that through the pass band only the frequencies that are required that are passed. So again I repeat, the band of frequency which will pass through the filters is called as pass band, and the band of all remaining frequencies is called as attenuation band. So in case of ideal filter, all frequencies of pass band will pass without suffering from any attenuation, while the band of all remaining frequencies of attenuation band will be suppressed completely. Okay, so these are the various types of bands that we are going to see in filters. Now here the first type is RC low pass filters. Why RC? Because we are using a simple capacitor and resistor, and a simple capacitor is used here. So a low pass filter LPF is a filter which passes signal with a frequency lower than the selected cutoff frequency and attenuates signals with frequencies higher than the cutoff frequency. That means in case of low pass filter, it will pass only the frequency which are lower than the cutoff frequencies, and it will not allowed to pass the frequency which are higher than the cutoff frequencies. That is the function of low pass filter. So again I repeat, these filters pass only low frequencies through them and which rejects all high frequencies about the cutoff frequencies. So low pass filters are also called as lag network because it causes a phase lag in the output signal. So this is why it is called as lag network. So this type of filter is also called as integrating network. So these are the two names for this low pass filter. So here you can see V in, that is voltage applied at this input terminal. There is a resistor here. So this is the input signal we can see, and this is the resistor connected between these two terminals, and this is the voltage at output terminals. So here the frequency at output that can be given as 1 divided by 2 pi RC. R is the value of resistance and C is the value of capacitor. Okay, so this is the first type, low pass filter. So here you can see in a graph there is a diagram of frequency at x-axis, which is in hertz, and output, or you can see gain in decibel here at y-axis. So this is the bandwidth. You can see this is pass band and stop band. We have seen pass band means the frequency is only allowed to pass through this band. Okay, so this is pass band, and from this onwards there is a stop band. So frequency from this point to this point, okay, that will be only passed to this pass band. So and frequency beyond from this point, that will be in stop band, so it won't be allowed to pass through the filter. So this is how the low pass filter works.